Hi guys. Okay, so I posted on Facebook today that my new obsession is making kale chips. And some of you were like, whoa, what's a kale chip? And I thought, oh, that's like a travesty of justice if you don't know what a kale chip is. Kale, this is kale. Kale is something that when you see it in the grocery store, you'd be like, ooh, I don't want to eat that. It's kind of hard and it's a green leafy thing. It's like a giant broccoli or something. But I love broccoli, but I wouldn't think to eat it just like this. And I wouldn't even know what to do with it. But then I saw kale chips on, I don't know whose site I saw it on, but anyway, I saw it on one of the fitness sites that I follow. And so I thought I'd try it. I did try it, and my first try was a fail. My first try, I was like, ew, I don't like kale chips, they're gross, because I burnt them. So, some of the videos tell you to put your oven at 375. My oven, it works best for kale chips at 300. It takes a little bit longer, but it doesn't burn the little curly edges of cuteness on here. So I preheated my oven. I think it's ready, but I'm not sure. And I did some of the process beforehand just for time-wise. Okay, so now what do you do with this? Okay, so to get it off of here, let me move this over here. To get it off of this really tough, hard thing, you just have to grab it by the base. Hope you can see this. I didn't test the camera shot. Hold it by the base and pull away from the stem. Whoa, magic! And the stem comes out. I'm so glad it actually worked and it actually came out, because if it didn't, I would look like a fool. But anyway, there's the stem, came right out. So now you have all these pieces, but they're a little bit bigger than chips. See? So you want to just break them, and it peels really easily into like chip size, and they shrink when you cook them. So chip size pieces. And what I'm putting it in is a salad spinner. I don't know if you have a salad spinner, but I do, and so I use it. I got it, I don't know, years ago. All right, so what a salad spinner is kind of like a colander. You have to wash the kale really well, and it's really important before you cook it to dry the kale really well, okay? So I put it inside here, put the little magic top on my salad spinner, and then I pull. I hope you guys can see this. It's spinning around. If you pull, it goes really, really fast, and it just spins the kale around, and then you press stop, and ta-da! You have dry kale and all the water. I don't know if you can see that all the water is in here. Okay, so once you have your dry kale pieces, now you need to coat them with, I'm just touching it all over. I should be like, and here you go. So that it's, whatever. I touch everything with my hands when I'm cooking. So if you're going to come eat dinner at my house, just know my hands have been all over the food. Okay. So now you have these pieces, and still wouldn't eat them because they're just kind of a hard, tough green thing. I don't know. But, so I put them in. You can just put them in a bowl and drizzle olive oil on them. Drizzle, little drizzle. And then I'll do it like cooking show style. All clean. La la la. So, and then you toss it like this, and so the oil gets all over them. Really, if you weren't watching, I would just be like, messing with it with my hands. But anyway, we'll just pretend I'm not. Okay, so you just sort of toss it, toss, toss, toss. And now each piece of each kale chip is coated just like a really light coating of olive oil. See that? Little light coating of olive oil. And olive oil is yummy. So, or EVOO, as Rachel Ray likes to say. Okay, so now you have that, and I like to sprinkle a little bit of sea salt. One video I watched said to sprinkle the sea salt at the end so it doesn't take the moisture out of the chip, but the whole point is to take the moisture out because you're dehydrating it. So just a tiny bit of sea salt, okay, on there. Now, right now, they are ready to be cooked as extremely healthy kale chips, okay? It's just sea salt, olive oil, and you can put them on a rack or on a cookie sheet like this, and just like this, just olive oil and sea salt, and cook them. But I like to make the most extraordinarily healthy vegetable. This is an extraordinarily healthy vegetable. If you Google kale and its nutrition and all that, you'll be blown away. It's amazing. It's like the Chuck Norris of vegetables. Okay, so there you have it. But if you can see on the one I'm about to put in the oven, there's all this little beautiful brown stuff. That's barbecue sauce. Ah! Okay, so I'm about to make this extremely healthy snack a tiny bit less healthy. Now you can go to a health food store and get barbecue sauce that's, you know, extremely healthy, I guess. Or you could just get good old-fashioned barbecue sauce like I do. All right, now you lay them out on the cookie sheet evenly, single layer. So don't stack them up on each other like a big pile. You want them to all be showing to the heat. Okay, so just one even layer. Now what I do, because you could just put some barbecue sauce in this bowl and toss, 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 toss until it seems to be going all over the place. I don't do it that way. It would be faster that way, but I don't do it that way because I like the barbecue sauce to be in a specific location on the chip because it makes it like, oh! Okay. So what I do is, and I've done it to almost this whole thing, but I have to pick a good one to show you. Okay, so I will pick up each piece once they're laid out. I will pick up each piece and I take this little basting brush, okay, and with the barbecue sauce on it, and I just dab the barbecue sauce around the ruffly part, okay? Dab around the ruffly part. So you have, okay, you're sort of painting the chip, okay? Oh, so pretty. Now this is like the base part of the, and you can do a little brush, but you don't want it incredibly thick, okay? I hope my camera is focusing on that. See? You don't want it really thick, you just want little bits, little barbecue bits, and go on the back too, little barbecue bits. And then you put it down. And go to the next one, and dab, dab, dab. Now, honestly, is there a lot difference between tossing it with the barbecue sauce and doing it this way? Probably not. But I just like it this way because you don't get big clumps of barbecue sauce on one and then none on another one. And it's kind of fun to do it this way because, I don't know, it's like you're an artist. You're a kale chip artist, and you're painting your kale chips. See? This way you're not going to get a big old blob, and you just don't want a big old blob. All right, now I'm satisfied because I did all these beforehand. Okay, and yucky fingers. Okay, so I almost just licked my fingers. I thought, well, that would be really gross, so I didn't. Anyway, if you weren't watching, I licked my fingers. All right, because I love barbecue sauce. Okay, so we have these, but that's just for demonstration. Now I have this lovely tray, and I'm going to put it in my oven for at 300, and I'll put it on for 10 to 12 minutes, and then I will flip them over. Okay, you don't have to flip them over, I just do because I like to take tender care for my kale chips. So 10 to 12 minutes, flip them over, and then do another 10 minutes. But you have to sort of watch because every oven is different and you don't want to burn them. When they start being crispy, you'll know. Like reach in and poke, are they crispy? If they're still pliable and soft, like they are right now, then they're just not cooked. But when they start getting, ooh, that whole thing is crunchy, it's amazing. They become the most heavenly snack. Then you pull them out, let them cool and eat them, or just eat them hot right off the pan like I do. Really? I'm obsessed. Okay, so I'm gonna put these in the oven and then I will show you when they're done. La la la, going in the oven. All right guys, they are finished. See? They are now crispy, and just sort of dehydrated them a little bit, and I'm going to show you one up close. That is my current favorite snack. You hear how crunchy that is? Oh my gosh, so good. So anyway, these are my barbecue kale chips. Enjoy.